are watching K34QB.
Get up, get ready to start your day. The mountains are calling you out to play. Come on, we'll make you feel right at home. Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail. Good morning, Vail.
Lions Head Jewelers Fossil and Mineral Gallery. Located in the heart of Lions Head Village for over a decade, our 4,000 square foot gallery boasts a one-of-a-kind experience that cannot be found anywhere else in Vail. We carry the most exquisite array of fine jewelry, high-end minerals, and museum-quality fossils. We invite you to come in and explore all the history and beauty that nature has to offer.
Hi, it's Julio from TV8 Vail. Do you ever wonder why our tagline is "There's more for you on 92"? Because we're always bringing you more. More Good Morning Vail from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. all year long. More local coverage with Vail Vibes and Covered Bridge on TV8. More opportunities to participate with new roundtable panels on mountain perspectives and our new Spanish programming block coming this fall. Find us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92, on YouTube, or our website at tv8vail.com.
Thank you for watching Good Morning Vail. Have an amazing day. Get on out there, soak up that sunshine. We'll see you tomorrow right here for more Good Morning Vail. Bye, everyone. Hi, I'm Gretchen Bleshaw. You might recognize me from the Glitz and Glam with Gretchen. Maybe you hear my voice on the radio from time to time or see me out at a concert or two. I love concerts. If you see me out, the long mermaid hair, I'm almost 6 foot tall. It's hard to miss. Come and say hi, give me a high five, and make sure to watch me right here on TV8.
Good morning, Vail. Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. I am very stoked, a little excited to say the least, and very ski-stoked. I have the amazing author Ilya Plotkin, and as well as the screenwriter Molly, and we are talking all things The Procedure. I am so thrilled, elated, all the words, to have you two here in the studio so early in the morning. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Gretchen. Pleasure to be here. Appreciate it.
Of course, and it's so serendipitous. So I'm going to let everyone in on a little secret of ours at home. Last night I met these beautiful women at the Bookworm of Edwards that we love, such a gem in this valley. And you guys were speaking about not only your incredible book, and anyone that knows me in this valley knows I am an insane skier. Like, not meaning I'm really good, but I love skiing. It's my heart, it's my happy place, and it feels like you are very much that woman and writing this brilliant book and insanely incredible and talented screenwriter, and you are going to bring this book to life. I just want to dive right in and talk about all things The Procedure. How are you guys doing?
Great.
Good.
We're so excited to be here. Thank you
Of
so
course.
much for having us.
Well, I know all of the background. Can you give us a little bit of a background of why you were so inspired to write this book, when you wrote this book, and what it entails?
Well, this book is the ultimate Colorado extreme ski novel, and in fact, it was touted by local sports writer Cody Jones from Summit County News.
Yeah.
He read it and he did a review of it. It's loaded with Colorado terrain, locals terrain all through Eagle County, Summit County, Gunnison, and it's such a exciting, adventure-filled free skiing, all things heli skiing, backcountry skiing, and I think everybody in Colorado should know about it. And it's a fabulous story. So,
when you were reading a little bit from last night, it was so interesting to hear. I know you guys could hear all of us are like, oh yeah, ooh, ah, like a firework, because the way you write is so beautiful, and it.
Thank you.
I could close my eyes and I could feel myself skiing or dropping a cornice, and all the places that you're speaking of, I've been to, and so many other, so I'm not trying to, I'm already obsessed. I'm going to be honest. But really, the way that you write, you can tell that you live this lifestyle that is you. And tell us a little bit about the book.
Well, it's a story of a young woman, a young Crested Butte single mom.
Yeah.
And she gets recruited to tour and train by a very powerful and ruthless multinational company and coach. Right. And she's touring with a team of elite free skiers all over the West, all the way from Valdez, Alaska, down through Bella Coola, British Columbia, Jackson Hole, all throughout Colorado. Eagle County is one of their home bases. Where
we get a shout out.
Of course, Eagle County and Summit counties. So she is very conflicted. She's a single mom, and she's aspiring to win the World Extreme Ski Championship in Le Grave, France. At the same time, she's raising a young 6-year-old daughter who has been developing a severe seizure disorder. And she's caught in two worlds of trying to be a really loving and caring mother. At the same time, she's trying to pursue her aspirations as a professional extreme skier. Now, she has some fear and trepidation as she goes out on the ski slopes because she's worried that she could be killed while she's skiing. And her coach notices that she's holding back.
Right.
And so he and the company, and they're, as I say, rather ruthless and unethical, they give her an ultimatum, and they say, we would like you to have a procedure done where we have the fear emotion removed from your brain or your amygdala.
Right.
And she agrees to do it because she feels like she has to in order to hold her place on the team.
Wow.
So
and that's not that far off, right? I mean, everything that you're saying is real life. I mean, well, maybe not the procedure, however, the fear and knowing so many athletes that I've interviewed, and that's a huge part of this world, you know. That's well, and I didn't want to cut you off, sorry about that. But the procedure, we spoke about this a little bit last night, and it was so great to hear the feedback you guys got. Just without knowing what the book was about, I thought the procedure of being a woman in this world of male athletes and that kind of like process of getting over your fear. Little did I know it was an actual procedure, which I'm sure you as a screenwriter, Molly, you were like, ooh, hey, I can see this. There's so many different facets here to come to light. Yeah.
So many different facets.
Right.
And just having the procedure itself and this idea of eliminating fear in your brain and does that give you an advantage over other people? And there's so many different elements and cinematic elements to this book.
Yeah. An onion.
Yes, very much so. And
Right.
a lot of complex characters and a very strong protagonist.
And I'm not going to give too much away because you guys are my friends now. We're in the circle of trust. We're a crew. I loved some of the names of actors and actresses that people were throwing out there last night. You know what I'm saying? People are so excited already without even reading the book. That has to feel amazing. I mean, you literally just came in. I just got my book last night, and we are all sitting there so stoked, and we haven't even read a page. We heard you read 2 gorgeous pages, but that has
thank
to
you so
feel
much.
amazing.
It's a realization of a lifetime dream. I've
Right.
always been a huge skier. I grew up in the state of Washington near British Columbia up at the Mount Baker ski area. I didn't grow up in the ski area, but I
Right.
grew up right next to Mount Baker and Mount Shuckson. And I spent my youth up there every day during working at the ski shop. And it was a real ski culture, working at the ski shop with all the people there and running the ski school and taking care of the rental and retail. And that's how I learned how to ski, is being up there every single
In the
day. They were
culture.
in the culture.
Yeah.
And skiing incredibly rugged and unforgiving terrain, and just learning the ropes and dealing with steeps and deeps and big walls and couloirs and massives and rock faces and all of that. And I had such a passion for it, and that passion just grew all through my life. I was always chasing lines and looking for the next mountain to conquer. And so I really wanted to capture that love and enthusiasm and passion for the alpine mountain backcountry ski experience and bring it to life so that any reader, no matter if they're a skier or not, they could be in Florida or any place, but would feel that sense of just launching off a 40-foot cliff and feel the adrenaline and put themselves right in the moment of being up in the mountains.
And you do that beautifully, and it sounds silly, but truthfully, I don't know if you guys saw me last night. I was closing my eyes, and I'm like, how many weeks till I get to be there where I was in my mind? Because you can tell that you use the verbiage of a true skier. And that's true. Someone that gets the mountain, understands the mountain, has been in the mountain. So how much, I wanted to ask you this last night, how much of the main character is you?
Oh, that's an interesting question. I think that, first of all, Whitney is a parent, first and foremost, and I am as well. I have 2 children.
Right on.
And being a woman, of course, it's always been part of, we have to navigate our professional and personal aspirations. At the same time, we care about our families and we want the best for them. And so I think for a lot of women, and I won't speak for everybody, but for myself, I know that it's always been challenging to try to straddle those two worlds where you want to be successful in your career, you want to be able to pursue those things that will bring you to a great place. At the same time, you want to be there for your family and especially for your children, and make sure that they are taken care of no matter what their needs are. And I think for a lot of women that resonates with them. It's like a universal theme.
It's a lot of pressure.
And it's a lot of pressure. And I think Molly can also speak to the issues of, for example, just dealing with sort of the physical aspects of wanting to live up to a beauty, not a beauty, but you want to live up to you want to be attractive for the media. You want
to. We just were saying
right.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of pressures that the character Whitney has to endure, and those are the layers that make her so interesting and translate really well to a film.
And we were having conversation off camera, and it is so true. Like, all of us are very active, involved women, and I should say, you two have been friends for years.
Yes.
So this was meant to be 100% like serendipity. But even, all of us, as active as we are, we do have those moments of, oh, I wish my arms were thinner. I wish, So I am so excited. I wish we could talk all day about this. Give us a little bit of, background on where we can find this book, how long we have to wait until the film is out. Yes.
Well, the book is available on multiple platforms: Amazon, Walmart, Target, Barnes & Noble. It's also, I want to give a plug very much for the Bookworm of Edwards, and encourage you all to go down there and say hi to Allie and the crew and thank them for carrying the book and being so supportive. I love the idea of the locals, supporting the local businesses.
We're all about local support.
But if you would like to order it online, it's available. Just go to The Procedure, Ilya Plotkin, which is ELEA Plotkin, Ilya Plotkin, The Procedure, and it should pop up on Amazon or Barnes & Noble, and you can also get it on Kindle as well.
And my writing partner and I, Sarah Page, have finished outlining the screenplay, and we're in the process of writing it, and we'll have it done in 2 months, and then we're going to get it made into a film.
Ladies, I am going to be with you along the ride, because whether you like it or not, you're stuck with me.
We are excited, and we're happy to invite you along.
And I want all of you to go out and get The Procedure. It's amazing. And keep it right here for more Good Morning Vail. Thanks.
Good morning, Vail.
TV8 Vail is serving the community 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Stop by for Good Morning Vail at 7 a.m. and stay all day for lifestyle favorites such as Good Day Vail, Daily Flash, Suki and Scott, and more. And you're sure to find the adventure you crave with back-to-back episodes of Scoreboard Nation and Outdoor America. Find us all day, every day on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92, on tv8vail.com, and on all our social media platforms. There's more for you on Channel 92.
Nap Harvest, your local marketplace for fresh, locally produced products. Our indoor farmers market is open 7 days a week, featuring locally grown organic produce, prepared meals, honey from our Nap Nectar hive, furniture, cutting boards, and much more. We source and sell locally grown and produced products from the Vail and Roaring Fork Valleys. Visit us at our new location in Eagle Ranch, 717 Sylvan Lake Road, next door to Color Coffee Roasters.
Hi there, I just wanted to take a moment and introduce myself. My name is Avisha Scarborough, and I'm the host of Vail Vibes, a show about all the amazing stuff going on here in Vail and surrounding areas I'm going to tell you all about so you don't miss a thing. And I just want to say that I love being part of this community, and it's an amazing place to be.
Do you love the outdoor lifestyle? Make sure you tune in every day at 8 p.m. to catch Scoreboard Nation. It's an outdoor lifestyle show dedicated to your 3 favorite mountain towns, Vail Beaver Creek, Park City, and Reno Tahoe. Join us for an incredible venture. Find us on TV8 Vail, Park City Television, or at thescoreboardnation.com. We can't wait to see you there.
In America's heartland, living close to the land, there's a love for the country and a pride in the brand. In America's heartland, living close to the land. In America's heartland, close to the land.
Good morning, Vail.
I know if you've lived in this valley for just a minute, you know who I'm talking about, the man, the myth, the legend, Chris Anthony himself. He is an amazing skier, a professional skier, and an incredible human being that has a lot of stories to share. Let's check out his interview.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. I'm your host, Kim Perot, and joining me today on the couch is former professional skier, filmmaker, and philanthropist and so much more, Chris Anthony today. So how are you, Chris?
I am doing great. Good morning.
Very excited to have you here. Now, you are just so accomplished as an individual and so humble in what you do. And so we're here to talk about your film that you produced, you wrote, you filmed, all of the things yourself. So tell us more about it.
Yeah, that's been the latest fun project, is that I ended up producing a documentary about the 10th Mountain Division, which of course was a division of the Army that was created during World War II, had a massive impact during World War II on the front lines in Italy, and then where a lot of people know them is when they returned from World War II, the impact that they had on our outdoor industry, on our ski industry. So, you know, Vail was co-founded by 10th Mountain Division veterans, as along with like 56 other ski areas. So the story of the 10th Mountain Division was always something that was surrounding us here. And then I stumbled into a couple more detailed parts of their history while I've been guiding in Italy. And it was that sent me down this sort of serendipitous trail to track down this bit of history that we didn't really even have documented yet. And in that process of doing that, the only way that I could produce that film, which is called Mission Mount Mangart, was do it as underneath my foundation. So I also have a foundation that a component of it is education for youth, bringing interesting stories into the classroom and inspiring kids through entertainment. And usually I used my segments that I used to do in my Warren Miller films into the classroom, and now here was a great opportunity to bring the story of the 10th Mountain Division into the classroom and get into world history, Colorado history. And I guess the ball got rolling, and I ended up producing an entire film under my foundation, which now I'm touring, raising money for the foundation, along with anybody else that wants to partner with me. So the only way you can see the film is live and in person. So we're doing like one up here, October 13th at the Vail Mountain School, and that will raise money for our Colorado Ski Snow Sports Museum, which is in Vail. And so basically 100% of those proceeds are going to go back to the museum. And I'm on the board there, and it's something that I wanted to do to give back to them. I'm doing one this Friday in Denver in partnership with the Rocky Mountain Ski Patrol, part of their big annual conference. And then I've done some that are private dinner parties. I'm doing a private one for a real estate group in a couple weeks in Denver, and we're doing one for the YPO group at Chasing Rabbits, December 2nd. And
So
et cetera, et cetera.
the film is going everywhere. Now,
Yes.
Mission Mount Mangart is
Yes.
the title of the film. So what inspired you to become a filmmaker? Because you are a professional skier. You've been skiing all of your life. You teach people how to ski. And just tell me a little bit more about that.
I fell into the whole thing backwards. So I was actually guiding a group, or several groups in Europe, on the border. It's the northeastern corner of Italy, and a retired general of the Slovenian mountain troops found out that I come to that part of Italy all the time. That guy, that same retired general, had at one point come to a mountain, a convention here in Colorado of mountain troops. And part of their tour, they stopped in the museum in Vail. And of course, he was infatuated with the exhibit on the 10th Mountain Division. And he watched the movie Climb to Glory that I'm part of, that we did with Warren Miller Entertainment and the museum as a partnership.
Okay.
So this is a lot of information to try to keep it together. He watched, they sat in there in the museum, watched the film. He also went through the museum, and not only was he intrigued by all of it, but he noticed there was a few things missing in the 10th Mountain Division history, specifically when they ended up on the Yugoslavian border, basically at the end of the war. And so that was missing, but he also went back home to Slovenia somehow remembering me.
Okay.
And then a few years later for him, he found out that I come to literally 20 miles within his house in Italy, and he drove over and dropped off this missing information at the hotel that I stay at, which I ended up getting a year later. And then I brought that back thinking somebody needs to tell this story, and nobody wanted to pick up on it. So I started going down the rabbit hole myself. And I guess you could say with all the years that I've been skiing and filming with the Warren Miller team and other things that I've done, I kind of just relied on all that knowledge and pulled the whole thing together by myself. Nobody else wanted to do it, so I did it. So that's how I ended up falling into this. It wasn't like I woke up one morning and said, I'm going to be a filmmaker.
Well, it's such an interesting story because you don't necessarily think of skiers as somebody that is part of the Army and that can do something like that they do. And so it's such an interesting story. So you wrote the film, you directed it, you edited it, and now you're distributing it and raising money for your nonprofit, but also to support the film. So talk to me about the challenges of making the film.
Yeah, there was, of course, so many challenges. Of course, the biggest one is raising money, you know. And so since I did it under the umbrella of my nonprofit, it is owned by my youth project as educational programming, because the idea is that this is going to go into classrooms, into museums and everything, and it's there for history purposes, education. And so I raised money through donations. So technically, the film is a not-for-profit film that only raises money. I'm not making any money off of it, and all the money comes back to the youth project. So it was a little bit easier to go around and tell people that, hey, do you want to donate to this process? Once I got there, of course, the funds were really low, but even the people that were willing to work with me on the film became more passionate about the project, because it wasn't like some guy trying to make a profit. It became a passion project for everybody involved. So a lot of people volunteered their profession and their time to help me get through this. And then it's been just this, it started off as this very serendipitous journey. Even like the local Michaela Schifrin's in the film, because I stumbled into her one 4th of July and I told her about this woman that I found out about that played a role in the 10th Mountain Division history. And Michaela was like very intrigued by this, that this lady had such an impact, that I was like, do you want to tell her story in the film, or at least bring her to life? And Michaela was like, sure, I'll do that. So, here I have the #1 ski racer in the world that was willing to basically take time out of her day, memorize a script, and come in and tell the story. But that's the passion that's behind this. And so that's the way the whole thing's gone, all the way to the poster, even the music. There's 4 original scores that are in the film because I couldn't afford to buy music. And so I had to produce it on my own. And I worked with a composer out of New York City that I never even met in person until my world premiere.
Wow.
We just did it, online. And then the journey has been unbelievable. I mean, so I've been in a couple ministries of defense. I've been into NATO twice. I'm now inducted in the United States Army Hall of Fame because of the film. I've been to the Supreme Court. I've been to multiple embassies.
Wow.
I've met, it kind of helped also push forward. Camp Vail became a national monument last year, and that was what really kind of helped. That was when I was in Washington, D.C., showing the film in the Slovenian embassy. Senator Bennett sent his team to see the film, which helped get it some energy going back to the White House, which became eventually an executive order to create a national monument. I mean, they've been trying to work on this for a long time. They were trying to make it a historic site and everything, but the journey of this film's been amazing, and I'm sort of going down another rabbit hole with a sequel to it, because the catalyst for this film was when the 10th Mountain Division ended up on the Yugoslavian border between May and July 1945, but they had a ski race while they were there, June 3rd, 1945, but as it turns out now, they had another ski race in Austria 3 weeks later, and I've now stumbled across all the results from that race, as well as while I was in Austria a few weeks ago, I saw the result sheet. I saw second place combined in the result sheet was a guy by the name of Steve Knowlton, who's also in our Hall of Fame here in the museum. And I reached out to his daughter via email, who lives in Aspen. I said, did your dad by chance leave any records behind of this ski race? And she, like a few days later, sent me back all these photos and all this stuff, his journals and everything. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Sounds like you've got
another project
stuff for the next project. So tell us one more time where we can go see this film, because it's only live in person. So tell us where we'll go here locally, and then you've got a few other tour dates and where we can find more information.
So first of all, go to chrisanthony.com and in the bar there, look for Mission Mount Mangart, and you can reach out to me, Chris at chrisanthony.com. How can I bring the film to my community as a partnership and raising money for whatever it is you want to raise for. But right now on the schedule, I have this Friday, September 8th in Denver. We're doing it at the Omni Hotel with the the Rocky Mountain National Ski Patrol. And then the next one will be October 13th at the Vail Mountain School, which will be a fundraiser for the Snow Sports Museum in Vail. And then I got a couple private shows, and then a big public one will be in Pueblo on Veterans Day.
Wonderful.
That's being sponsored by T-Mobile. So it's the Veterans Day parade there, and then that evening they're going to do the film, and that one's going to fit like 1,800 people.
Awesome.
So it'll be great.
Lots of opportunity to see the film. Well, Chris, I love that you founded this project. It's Mission Mount Mangart is the name of the documentary. It's an international award-winning film, so definitely exciting. So make sure that you get out there to see this next film. Chris, thank you so much for joining us. We are so excited to have you here and all of the work that you're doing through your youth initiative and also with the promotion of this film.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Now stay tuned. We've got Colorado Snow Sports Museum here in studio as well to talk about all things that they have happening over there. So we'll be right back after this break.
Good morning, Vail.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Familia, estamos muy emocionados de por fin presentarles nuestro nuevo programa completamente en español, Conexión Latina, que se estrena este lunes 21 de agosto a partir de las 7 de la tarde. Por el momento, el programa se transmitirá los lunes, miércoles y viernes de 7 a 7 y media de la tarde, con una repetición de 7 y media a 8, así que no hay excusas para perdértelo. Te recuerdo que puedes sintonizar nuestra programación a través del canal 92 de Comcast, nuestra página web tva8.com y nuestra página de Facebook TV8 Conexión Latina. Acompáñanos en esta nueva aventura llena de información y entretenimiento local. No te lo pierdas.
Well, Archer and I are going to get headed on further down the trail, but I hope you'll catch up with us a little bit later. Hi, I'm Ben Roof, and I'm one of the new hosts here at TV8. I'm so excited to share all of my explorations throughout the Vail Valley with my dog Archer, where we'll be taking you to hiking trails, biking trails, maybe we'll go rafting, fishing, or whatever else we can come up with. I'm so excited to share all of that with you in my new segment, Outdoor Adventures. Don't forget to catch up with us every day right here at TV8 Vail or at tv8vail.com, because there's always more for you on 92.
Do you have an interesting hobby or skill you'd like to share for Vail Valley? We want to hear from you. We're looking for people to share their musical, artistic, culinary, woodworking, athletic, or technical talents on Good Morning Vail. If you'd like to share your talents with the community, email Danielle at tva8vail.com. Join the community conversation. There's more for you on 92.
Experience the beauty of fall on the rails of the Leadville Railroad. Take in the cool mountain breeze as you climb to 11,000 feet to watch the vibrant reds, oranges, and golds of fall come alive. Enjoy delicious hot beverages, learn some history, and relax with family and friends. Even your pets can enjoy a ride on the train. Offering daily trips, the weekend specials sell out fast. To secure your seat, book today at leadvillerailroad.com.
Good morning, Vail.
Hi there, welcome to this edition of Adventures and Coaching. I'm Kim Smith and I'm a career and business success coach. And recently we've been talking about a lot of various coaching topics, including how important it is to define and align your purpose, how to identify limiting beliefs, and a lot about how to change your mindset for success. And we're going to be shifting gears a little bit and switching it up, and I'm going to be interviewing some community members about these topics and their journeys to their success. So with me today is Dan from Dogma Athletica. He's the owner there. Welcome, Dan.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's so great to have you. We've talked a few times, and I've always been really inspired by how you've integrated purpose and a lot of these things into your life and your career. So please tell me a little bit about your journey.
Sure, well, thank you for the compliment. I appreciate that. My journey, I'm going to go back to when I graduated from college, because really at that point in my life was when I identified the need to really have purpose and definition around my career path as a young individual and defining what meaning was to me and what goals were to me. And so I've been a longtime believer in sitting down every once in a while and saying, all right, what's my purpose? What's my mission? What are my values that I'm living out in my day-to-day family life, career life, social life, all of that.
Yeah, and I love how you integrate it to really all aspects of your life, not just your career. And the other thing that really stands out to me is that you did it at a very young age, whereas a lot of people that I talk to, they don't really have any idea of like kind of where they're going and just try out a lot of different things. So how did that make a difference for you in your career path?
It really helped me identify when opportunities would come up, what were the right opportunities and what were the wrong opportunities for me.
Yeah.
Because when I took the time to write out my personal values, what was important to me, and how those values translated into what I wanted my mission to be for my career, it made it really easy when something came up. It might have looked really attractive at first glance, but when I would reflect back on, hey, does this reflect my values? Does this help me live out my mission? And if the answer was no to those, then I identified quickly like, all right, this isn't the right opportunity for me.
Yeah, that is just such a great example of everything that I try to talk to people about and how important that is. So tell me, we've talked a little bit about how you worked in one industry in the corporate world for a while and then decided to make a really big shift.
Yeah, so this comes back to that values and mission piece. It's interesting, when Yahoo first came about, Yahoo emails, I actually wrote out my mission statement and I emailed it to myself so I could have a ready repository that I was able to come back to years later and kind of look at that mission and say, hey, is that still true? And so I developed this practice of every couple of years taking a little miniature sabbatical, getting away on my own and kind of thinking about those values, were they still consistent with where I was in life and that mission, and did I feel like I was still in that season of life that mission was central to me? And so for the longest time, my mission was to use my God-given skills and abilities to create job opportunities and to help businesses grow through a finance role. And over the course of the last several years, I just felt the winds of change. And when I sat down about 3 years ago to do my little miniature sabbatical, I said, that's not my mission anymore. I don't feel that as a calling. And what I identified is that I needed to take some time to transition to find what that calling was. And so I actually did like a 3 hours type of framework for myself. I said, all right, I'm going to retire from the corporate world in order to recover for a little bit. I'm going to reorient, and that reorientation was using that sabbatical to do some volunteer work and to kind of identify, hey, what is the mission for me, and then redirect. And that redirect was identifying, hey, I don't want to use finance as a way of helping people out. I want to use fitness as a way of helping people out. And so I wrote my new mission statement, which was to use fitness and health and welfare to help individuals realize their goals and objectives in life. And that's what led us to acquire Dogma Athletica, and that's what brought us, my wife and I, to the Vail Valley.
Wow, that's a great story. And along the way, did you ever, have any limiting beliefs or fears that came up about making such a drastic change in your career after having a successful career for quite a while?
Certainly lots of uncertainty, and uncertainty can lead to fear or self-doubt. It's interesting, you mentioned as limiting thoughts in the coaching business that we do, and we do a lot of performance coaching for athletes. We approach it as performance psychology, and we phrase it as negative thoughts. So how do you stop negative thoughts? And it applies to you and I as individuals, as business people. And the practice that I identified is really kind of cognitive behavior oriented, where it's identifying when a negative thought comes up, thinking about all right, what is that thought? Where is it coming from? To some extent, even recognizing what's the physical sensation that you feel with that negative thought. But then developing a toolkit where you redirect. So you hear that negative thought or you feel that negative thought coming up and envisioning like a stop sign and saying, all right, stop that thought process. And then having a redirect which is prepared for that. So that thought process for me was, I don't know sales and marketing. How am I going to do this as a business owner? It's all about sales and marketing. The redirect was, hey, I've mastered lots of new skills over the course of my career history. This is a new skill that I have the ability to master it. So let me lay out the action plan for how I'm going to master sales and marketing to move forward.
Oh my gosh, that sounds so much like what I talk about when I say taking a challenge and making it an opportunity. Figuring out, how it can benefit you. What is the solution? What is the outcome going to be? And, when you did that, did it help you to really hang on to those goals?
Absolutely. It was instrumental in not just hanging on to the goals, but achieving the goals and having a healthier mental attitude towards that challenge. Just like you said, it's not a challenge, it's an opportunity. And I said, hey, this is something for me to develop that I haven't done in the past. This is really exciting versus really scary.
Right. And tell me a little bit about, along the way, about your support system.
Family, friends, colleagues. Having a trusted set of advisors is really important in terms of friends, colleagues, coaches like yourself that you can turn to and say, here are the things that I'm dealing with or the challenges that I'm trying to address. Give me your thoughts and input. Here's my plan. What do you think of my plan? Type of thing.
That's amazing because a lot of times it stays in the head until you kind of start putting it out there and verbalizing.
That's right.
So that can make a big difference.
And having someone to say, this is a really good idea, you can make it great if you were to tweak these couple of things about it.
Yeah, oh, amazing. So tell me a little bit along your journey, any time where you've had a shift even in your current business and how you've addressed that.
Yeah, I'll say one of the shifts that we took on right away was the ownership transition. And the prior owners had great reputations in the environment for what they had done with the gym and what the gym meant. The transition was for me to shift that from being the prior owners to my ownership, having that reputation. And the way we really addressed that was me thinking about how do I engage people in the community and people in the gym and establish and continue the gym's reputation so that people see, all right, the prior owners are gone, but Dogma Athletica is not gone.
Yeah.
Dogma Athletica is still there and the same. And so having a thoughtful plan in terms of communication plan, engagement plan, and then really kind of getting it down to discrete steps and saying, all right, here are the steps that I'm going to execute. And we did that, and we had just a wonderful reputation as being really engaging, positive, welcoming culture that I simply love having at the gym.
Yeah, and that really comes through when, we're in the gym with you and seeing what you're doing. And I get your emails about your clients, and you always focus some success story. So tell me about how some of these things have affected your clients as well.
There was a recent woman that I interviewed. Her name is Jessica DeYoung. She's a local community member here. Jessica went through a battle with cancer, ocular cancer. And one of the incredible things that she shared with me was that coming back to Dogma Athletica was actually one of her motivations for getting through her treatment and getting through her recovery. And I heard that and I was like, you're just telling me that because it's me. And she's like, no, honestly, that was, she said, the support network that she had there in terms of the friends, the environment, the mental and the emotional engagement that she feels in the gym were big motivators for her. And I said, you know what, that's wonderful to hear because that is my mission.
Yeah, that is amazing. So tell me a little bit about things that might really inspire you or inspire people that are listening to this interview.
What really inspires me is when people have a growth-oriented mindset, when people look for learning opportunities. And so we have every month a theme. September's theme is coincidental with the school year is learning. And so that's something that I love seeing it when people bring tidbits to me in terms of opportunities for me to grow, or when I'm able to provide people with opportunities for them to grow and learn. Yeah. Having that growth mindset, I think, makes for a wonderful community like what we have here.
Yeah, that really does make a difference from thinking, of like growth and expansion versus, oh, this is too challenging, I can't do it. And I love how people are adopting that, especially you and your organization. And it's been super inspiring sitting here with you today. And I'm so excited for your success and where you're going. And I look forward to hearing more and more about, where things go. And if anybody is interested in learning more about you and your business, how can they reach you?
They can go out to our website, so dogmaathletica.com. There's actually a section on there where they can schedule a visit with me, and I would love to chat with them about either fitness challenges or performance psychology, and see how we could be of assistance to them.
Perfect. That sounds great. And if you'd like to learn a little bit more about how coaching can help your success, please reach out to me at kim@adventuresincoaching.com. And I hope you have a wonderful and successful day.
Good morning, Vail.
Nap Harvest, your local marketplace for fresh, locally produced products. Our indoor farmers market is open 7 days a week, featuring locally grown organic produce, prepared meals, honey from our Nap Nectar hive, furniture, cutting boards, and much more. We source and sell locally grown and produced products from the Vail and Roaring Fork Valleys. Visit us at our new location in Eagle Ranch, 717 Sylvan Lake Road, next door to Color Coffee Roasters.
Do you have an interesting hobby or skill you'd like to share for Vail Valley? We want to hear from you. We're looking for people to share their musical, artistic, culinary, woodworking, athletic, or technical talents on Good Morning Vail. If you'd like to share your talents with the community, email Danielle at tvavail.com. Join the community conversation. There's more for you on 92.
Experience the beauty of fall on the rails of the Leadville Railroad. Take in the cool mountain breeze as you climb to 11,000 feet to watch the vibrant reds, oranges, and golds of fall come alive. Enjoy delicious hot beverages, learn some history, and relax with family and friends. Even your pets can enjoy a ride on the train. Offering daily trips, the weekend specials sell out fast. To secure your seat, book today at leadvillerailroad.com.
When you're in Vail, you're in vacation mode, and you need a flexible home tour experience that fits into your schedule. We transformed how you view and buy homes in the Vail Valley. With immersive, cutting-edge technology, you can explore properties 10 times faster. In our lounge, we guide you through this digital world on a 16-foot screen where you can imagine your next home in comparison to your favorite recreational spots. Say goodbye to multi-day home tours and hello to a quick stop between your other plans. That's the power of the immersion theater.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. If you love yoga, you have to check this out. Goat yoga is all the rage, and our very own Avisha with Vail Vibes got to check it out, so let's take a look.
Hello everyone, welcome to Vail Vibes. This is your guide to all the good vibes here in Vail and beyond. I'm Avisha Scarborough, and today we've got a lot to feel good about because we've got some cuddly creatures to play with here at the Vail Stables. Baby goats tend to bring out smiles from everyone around them, and Vail Stables understands that. Their goat yoga, or goga, classes draw people from all over the country.
From Salt Lake City, Utah. Absolutely loved it. Just so fun, you know, getting centered out with nature. And then, of course, the goats just continuously reminding you whether you want it or not with their little sounds and coming up for pets. Just so peaceful and lovely.
We're from Kansas City.
And what made you want to try goat yoga?
Guess we've always wanted to do it.
I love baby goats and I love yoga.
Yeah, she loves anything baby.
Holly Beavers has been teaching goat yoga for 7 years.
Goats are just silly, loving, amazing creatures. I feel like they bring out joy and they also bring out peace and calm, and that's something that is really related to my nature and what I believe yoga is.
She says more people should try it, no matter what their experience level is.
It is for you, whether you've done yoga before, whether you've ever been around goats before. It is for each and every person.
So fun.
It's something that brings tranquility and fun and laughter and giggles and all the things that I think the world really needs more of.
And if you want the goats without the yoga, there's goat happy hour too.
It's really a time for families, friends, bachelorette parties, anyone to come up here and enjoy a beautiful view of Vail Mountain. with 20 baby goats. They add a little bit of craziness to the mix. But we also have Colorado beers, cocktails, wines. You can really enjoy whatever you'd like, kind of build your own adventure. And we sell goat treats and horse treats as well. So it's kind of just outdoor happy hour time. Have some drinks if you want, but you're kind of here for the goats.
Olivia was raised at these stables, owned by her mother.
It was a wonderful childhood. Lots of lessons. You learn what hard work is pretty quickly when you have 50 horses, 20 goats.
She says the Nigerian dwarf goats are so adorable they give everyone a mood boost.
They are smaller breeds of goats, making them a little easier to get used to. But they're super fun, goofy animals. They're headbutting each other, jumping around, they're flipping around. They can also be super cuddly. So some of the little guys will sit on your lap and you can pet them and scratch them and they feel like a little cat in your lap. But then they'll be running around crazy, going after the treats. Very cute. They're pretty adorable. We have little bandanas on all of them. Some have little bow ties, so.
Let's face it, goats are the greatest of all time. And we could all use a little love, light, and laughter in our lives. Check out vailstables.com for more info.
Good morning, Vail.
Join us in exploring the everyday lives of community members here in the Vail Valley. Hear their inspiring stories of how they came here, their contributions to our community, and why they chose to call this place home. We want you to be one of our neighbors. If you would like to be featured or nominate someone to be featured, please send an email to danielle@tv8vail.com. We look forward to featuring your story right here on TV8.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Welcome to the TV8 Visitors Bureau. I'm one of your hosts, Maddie Evans. Now we've got a really cool new concept taking place here in the town of Avon, Eaglevale, and Vail. And it's a great way to use as an alternative. Instead of driving your car, you can shift your ride to one of these incredible electric bikes behind me. Now this is a really cool rental system and you can control it all right from the power of your hands, right from your cell phone by downloading the Shift Bike app. And then from there, you can get over there and enjoy the incredible amenities that these bikes have to offer. We're gonna walk you through it, but in order to do it, you have to download the app. So Shift Bike is the app, and then you can use the coupon code Shift Your Ride for the first 30 minutes free. And we're going to walk you through the pricing and everything here and how you can get one of the bikes. Let's get started. Once you get into the app, you can see exactly which location you would like to pick up the bike, how many bikes are available, and then where you can deliver the bike to. So you can see starting in Avon, making your way through Eaglevale, all the way to Vail Village, and then even down into East Vail. You can collect bikes, drop bikes off, and enjoy your ride on these nice electric bikes. Once you've scanned the QR code to get the bike unlocked, it's really important that you have safety first, so always make sure that you have your helmet with you. That way you can pop that on and you're nice and safe. Now, once you get the bike unlocked, it's super easy. You'll just take that lock right off the back. You'll see that you'll have this big, nice coiled cord, but there's a hook on the back for you to hook that to so that it is nice and out of your way while you are riding the bike. That way you're nice and safe and everyone around you is nice and safe so you don't tip over on the bike. And then once you've got that all secured, you're all set to go. You can just kick that kickstand up and start enjoying your ride. Now remember that these are pedal assist and there are some rules. To get the bike back to where you got it or to get it to your next destination, you can always use the app to see all of the great places where you can drop these off. Once you are done on your adventure on the Shift bikes, they're a ton of fun, and you can see that you can get going pretty fast on them, especially with that nice little pedal assist. You'll take the bike back, lock it back up in one of the great charging stations that they have available, and then once you're done locking it up, make sure that you take your app out and you end the ride, because it is going to make sure that that bike is in the correct spot for you to have ended your ride, and that way it will not continue to charge you. That has been this edition of the TV8 Visitors Bureau. We can't wait to bring you more great information, but make sure that you get out there and you use the Shift bike to shift your ride throughout the community.
Do you have an interesting hobby or skill you'd like to share for Vail Valley? We want to hear from you. We're looking for people to share their musical, artistic, culinary, woodworking, athletic, or technical talents on Good Morning Vail. If you'd like to share your talents with the community, email Danielle at tva8vail.com. Join the community conversation. There's more for you on 92.
You're watching K34QB, Vail, Colorado.
Welcome to the second hour of Good Morning Vail. I can't believe it, but the holidays are right around the corner. So we're going to check out a yummy recipe for the holidays, as well as head on over to Lion's Head for the glitz and glam with Gretchen. So keep it right here, because Good Morning Vail starts right now.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
TV8 is serving the community 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, delivering content in all sorts of mediums. Take us with you on the go, as Good Morning Vail and Good Day Vail are now available as podcasts. You can find us on Spotify, Apple, and Pandora. And don't forget, you can always find TV8 on YouTube, tv8vail.com, and all of our social media platforms. Just another reason why there's more for you on 92.
At Revival Boutique Med Spa, we take an integrative and holistic approach to skincare, focusing on the bigger picture when treating our clients. We use only result-driven and science-based products that contain clean, organic, wildcrafted, and research-based ingredients. From injectables, facials, to body contouring, we offer anything related to looking your best self. Find us in the Riverwalk in Edwards. For a complete list of services, visit us online at revivalvail.com. Follow us on Instagram at Revival Vail Valley. Fall in love with your skin again. There's lots to love at Revival. Mind, body, beauty.
When you're in Vail, you're in vacation mode, and you need a flexible home tour experience that fits into your schedule. We transformed how you view and buy homes in the Vail Valley. With immersive, cutting-edge technology, you can explore properties 10 times faster. In our lounge, we guide you through this digital world on a 16-foot screen where you can imagine your next home in comparison to your favorite recreational spots. Say goodbye to multi-day home tours and hello to a quick stop between your other plans. That's the power of the immersion theater.
Hey there, on Good Day Vail, I am so thrilled to be talking about TEDx Vail. And if you don't know much about TED or TEDx, it is an episode that you need to watch. And it's all about helping spread fabulous ideas and creating behavior change that it really can have a humanitarian aspect. So stay tuned and watch our episode today on Good Day Vail.
Good morning, Vail.
I cannot believe it, but the holidays are right around the corner. I can't believe it's that time of year already. Our friends at Park City, Utah, got to talk to a nutritionist to see some options, some healthy options for some of those holiday favorites. Let's take a look.
Welcome back. Right now I'm here once again in our kitchen with Emily Davis of Whole Essentials Nutrition. She is cooking more healthy, delicious food for us with the holiday in mind. Emily, how are you?
I'm so good. How are you?
I'm excited to dig in. This looks and smells delicious and we haven't even started.
It's probably the herbs that you're smelling. So yeah, today I thought I would share with you a healthified version of some of our Thanksgiving or holiday favorites. So today I'm doing like a paleo style stuffing. Paleo meaning that it doesn't include bread. So that's what I'm sharing today.
I'm excited about that since I can't eat bread. So let's get to it. Although sometimes that's the part that we crave and we want.
Yes, and I think, you know, like the conversation I have with a lot of my clients, I do work with a lot of people who need, for various reasons, to eliminate certain foods, bread and gluten being one of them, depending on how you react. If it's that once a year thing that you love and want to have, then have some, right? I mean, you all know your body's best, but yeah, make that decision. But I think as a whole, my thought is like we can make that day a little better, hopefully get people feeling a little better after the meal, while still having really delicious food.
You know, you make an excellent point because we do, if it's something that you just don't eat because you're trying to be healthier, then maybe you can make something like this, still get all the flavor and enjoyment and maybe splurge on something else.
Absolutely.
Or if it makes you feel bad, you can just enjoy the holiday a little better and not have some of the issues that maybe you've had in the past if you've indulged in some of these.
I think so. Yeah, again, like you all know, you know, your body's best, but I think we can definitely just feel better by like making some adjustments. So yes, this recipe is dairy-free, gluten-free, happens to also be nut-free and soy-free, and I mean, lots of things, while focusing and including on some really delicious and flavorful foods. So we're not skimping in any way, I guess is what I'm saying.
But ideal for your holiday table. So
yeah.
Where do we start?
So I have prepped ahead. The recipe that I was using called for butternut squash. I used sweet potato instead, because when I was shopping for this last night, I was looking for a convenient way to get the recipe started, and I wanted something in the produce section that was already peeled and chopped, and they didn't have any butternut squash. They had sweet potato, so that's what I did. So in other words, like, it doesn't really matter. You can substitute like the starch that we're using for a couple of different things. So you're gonna roast. Start with that and roast, and I've already done that step.
Beautiful.
So
looks
yeah,
very
they got a little too close to the element last night in the oven, but that's okay.
Do you add a little bit of oil before you roast it?
Yeah, so all I did, like I said, I got these in the produce section. If you're looking for just a really convenient way to get this started, already cubed and peeled, you're just gonna put about a tablespoon of olive oil with a little bit of salt and pepper. That's it. And then roast on a baking sheet for about somewhere between 30 and 40 minutes is what I did. So and really, like, once you get that started, then you could do this. And so altogether, this recipe would take about 30, 40 minutes. It'll really come together pretty quickly.
Probably the longest is chopping everything.
Yeah. So the other ingredients, just to kind of go over what I've brought. So sweet potato or squash, whatever you choose. I'm using a pork sausage, and you could use a chicken, you could use a turkey sausage. The important thing to me is that there is an added sugar and added preservatives and lots of different things, and this one doesn't have those.
And we've recently found a vegan sausage that we really like, actually.
Vegan sausage, or keep it out, right? There are options, but today I'm using pork. And then we're gonna do celery, apple, some cranberries. Again, I'm looking for cranberries without any added sugar. Hard to find. So look at the label. And then the herbs that I'm using, sage, rosemary, and thyme. And I prefer fresh herbs. Yes, you can get away with like just having these dried in your cabinet, because most people do have them, but it's gonna really enhance the flavor by using fresh.
Which is always a good thing.
Yeah, the nutrition and flavor, actually, you're really enhancing. Oh, and then onion, I don't think I mentioned that. So those are the ingredients, really pretty easy to find. I've mentioned a couple of different variations, so that's all we're doing. And so to start, I've turned on the heat and we're just sauteing. I'm using avocado oil because it has a higher smoke point, and I just need like about a tablespoon. So you're gonna turn on the heat and then add your oil, ideally.
And you could use a different type of oil, but you prefer the avocado oil.
I stick to olive, avocado, or coconut. And so for this particular recipe, I would do olive or avocado. Yeah. So then we're just gonna saute onion and celery together. We're gonna get that started for a couple minutes before we add the sausage.
And just a couple minutes, that's all it needs. You don't need it to be especially soft or...
So good question. So these are gonna need to cook longest, and so that's why I'm starting with them. So a couple minutes until the onion is translucent, then I'm gonna add the pork, then I'm gonna add the apple and herbs, because those things don't need to be cooked as long, if that makes sense.
I always tend to overcook. I over roast, I over saute, which can be a problem.
Well, and then think like this is going to then go in the oven, and so yeah, we don't need to cook it more than a couple minutes just to kind of get it going. While that's cooking, I'm going to show you. So with the fresh herbs that we're going to add later, thank you. So the thyme, you don't really need to do too much to the thyme, and I'm not you can kind of see this. At the end, when we're ready to add this, I'm just gonna pull them off of the...
Because you don't want that thick stem, right?
Right, you don't want the stem. So I'm just gonna, like with my fingers, I'll show you later, but I'm just gonna pull those off of the stem. That's all you need to do with this.
Is it a problem if you do get some of the stem in there?
You don't want to, it's going to be crunchy.
But, okay, but that's it. It's not.
Yeah, it's not terrible. You can eat it. Nope. And then the other two herbs, rosemary and sage, we're going to mince. And so with the sage, I'm going to pull the leaf off. I need about a teaspoon of each is all. So I'm going to take about 2 leaves, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with that in a second.
Do you use a little more if you have dried?
Yeah.
Or less?
I would actually use, you could get away with less fresh because it's going to be more potent.
Okay.
Yeah. So as always, depending on what flavor you like, how much you like something, you could use more or less, but start out with about a teaspoon. And then the same thing with the rosemary. I'm going to like pull it off of the stem, but then it's a lot bigger than the thyme, and so I am going to cut it. So just so you know, that's kind of how you
just chop it a little bit so it's
not such a big mouthful of rosemary. Okay, so this looks good to me. And I'm going to add the sausage. This has just paprika added to it, and like I said, what I'm looking for is no added sugar.
So do you read the ingredients on everything?
I sure do.
I'm not surprised, but that's important.
Most questions that people ask me, like I had someone who asked about, oh gosh, what was it? I can't remember. Just yesterday, someone asked me about something, and I said, like a healthy product or something that sounds healthy to people, but isn't always. Like, check the ingredients. You don't know.
You made that point last time you were here, especially with gluten-free and gluten-free bread.
Yeah.
I had no idea, and
Yeah.
now it's trying to find a better substitute.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, lots of processed.
We're going to take a quick break and let the sausage cook. So make sure you don't go anywhere. You want to come back and see exactly how to assemble this delicious dish with Emily Davis. So we'll be right back after this. Welcome back. We are here with Emily Davis. Our sausage is cooked. We are making delicious stuffing for our holiday tables. So what do we need to do next?
So the sausage is cooked. That really just took maybe 8 minutes or so. And then we're going to add the apple and herbs, because just a reminder that those don't need to cook very long at all. And so that's your final step before you put everything together. So this was a pretty big apple. I've just used half of it. You could use more, but you can just kind of see I've chopped it up.
What type of apple? Does it matter?
It doesn't matter. This happens to be a Honeycrisp, but yeah, the short answer is it doesn't matter. I think the Honeycrisp are a little bit more flavorful and sweet, and I definitely do like the contrast of the salty and fatty and sweet, so that's just my preference. But so we're just going to add it to the sausage, and yeah, to me it looks like that's plenty. I wouldn't do more. Like I said, that's just half the apple. And then the herbs, you can kind of see I've just minced the rosemary and sage, and then we're going to add in the thyme just from I don't know what to call it, off the stem. I don't need to cut that one. I don't know how to say it.
It smells. Your dishes always have such great aroma.
It's really, the fresh herbs are really going to do that for you. So these are affordable. You can find them almost anywhere. They're not hard to use. So like I was saying before, the thyme, I'm just with my fingers going to pull them off. And they're small enough that I don't need to mince them like I did the others. About a teaspoon.
That's it? You just pull them off?
That's it, yeah. So that's how I'm using those fresh herbs. And again, I'm just gonna...
So this doesn't need to cook very long, because once again, you're putting it in the oven and you've already cooked the sausage.
Exactly. Yep, so apples and herbs go in the very last step. We're not really cooking more than a minute or so, just to kind of incorporate. And then the last step, like I said, I've already roasted I'm using sweet potato, and so I'm gonna add it. Go ahead and add that in.
Oh, just dump this in there.
Yeah.
I was gonna do it the other way around.
And you could, honestly, it probably doesn't matter, but this will incorporate maybe a little better. And then the other thing I would say is we're gonna put this in the oven, and if you're using an oven-safe skillet like I am here today, then you can just keep it here, right? Then you're gonna put this directly in the oven for about 30 minutes. If you don't have an oven-safe skillet, cook it like we've been doing, and then you're going to put it into a baking dish. So I brought both so that you could see a couple of options. So I'm just going to incorporate this. And then the only other ingredient, it is optional, but if you like your stuffing to kind of hold together a little bit more than what you see here, then you would add an egg at the very end. And so that's going to help the mixture kind of...
So be more of a stuffing, traditional bread stuffing consistency?
Exactly. And if you're using the egg, then it's going to need to be about 30 minutes in the oven. If you're not using the egg, we've already kind of pre-cooked this, it's only going to need about 15 minutes in the oven. So know that that's going to be different.
So if you don't use the egg, it's just going to be more like what you see here. Just
Exactly.
a little bit more, not as together.
Yep, exactly. And just because I can't really show you that whole process, I'm not going to add the egg, but this is when you would do it. You would just whisk it in a bowl together, the egg whites and the yolk, and then you would add it, not crack it on top, right? So that's what you would do. And then that's it.
That's it.
That's it. So really, I mean, this came together in about 30 minutes. It's really just a handful of ingredients. Oh, I lied. You'd add the cranberries. I almost forgot my cranberries.
Is this something you could make ahead and put in the fridge or freezer?
I think so. And then even like I prepped and roasted the veggies last night, and I don't think that's going to matter at all either. And so if you wanted to prep something the night before to make day of prep a little easier, then that's an option.
Always important. And oven space too.
Oven
So it's
space,
nice
exactly.
This recipe is pretty adaptable for that.
Exactly. So yeah, I mean this really is, I think, a great alternative, like we talked about, someone who needs to eliminate certain ingredients, but still wants to feel part of, the festivities. Like this would be something that would be great to bring to a family or a work gathering or something. Like that's one tip I guess I always talk about with clients who ask me this is, take control of that. Don't show up to a party empty-handed and think like there's nothing for me to eat. Bring something and know that you can at the very least eat this,
And while you're cutting a lot of stuff you don't want, you're not cutting flavor. It's going to be delicious, and you might not even miss traditional stuffing. I don't think you will. I haven't tried it yet, but
yeah, I don't think I'd
will.
miss it either. And there's variations to, lots of holiday favorites. This just seems to be one that I get asked about a lot, and so I wanted to show an alternative. So,
and you mentioned that this is paleo, right? It's
paleo, yeah, meaning so. Paleo, kind of going to like Paleolithic ancestors. The theory is just that we didn't have grains, and so it's not even just gluten, but someone following a paleo diet wouldn't be including any type of grain at all. So,
and I know you have a certification in that as well.
Yeah, I do. So I'm an autoimmune paleo coach. Work with a lot of people with autoimmune disease as one of my specialties. So,
which I'm sure is very helpful for many people, as that's a way that many people need to eat now.
Yeah, and it's becoming, for lots of different reasons, a lot of people are being diagnosed with autoimmune diseases. So, yep.
What else will you have on your holiday table?
So this year, I actually plan a menu for a recovery center. I think I might have mentioned on here before, I planned their holiday menu, and there's a farm that I'm affiliated with locally, and I'm going to get the turkey from the farm. I'm probably going to do this recipe, so a paleo style stuffing. We're going to do some roasted veggies. We're going to do a mashed cauliflower versus a potato. Pumpkin panna cotta, I think, is what we're doing too. So variations on some favorites, but definitely a healthier twist.
It all sounds delicious. Can we all come?
Yes, you're all invited.
Where can we get more information about you, Emily, and everything you're doing?
So probably my website is the best place, wholeessentialsnutrition.com. You can also find me on Instagram under that name. But yeah, either place is probably a good place to start.
Sounds good. Well, thank you so much. Always
Yeah.
appreciate you spending time with us in our kitchen. And this looks absolutely delicious. It's going to be on my table. So
thanks for having me.
Appreciate you being here.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be back with more right after this.
Good morning, Vail.
Nap Harvest, your local marketplace for fresh, locally produced products. Our indoor farmers market is open 7 days a week, featuring locally grown organic produce, prepared meals, honey from our Nap Nectar hive, furniture, cutting boards, and much more. We source and sell locally grown and produced products from the Vail and Roaring Fork Valleys. Visit us at our new location in Eagle Ranch, 717 Sylvan Lake Road, next door to Color Coffee Roasters.
Familia, estamos muy emocionados de por fin presentarles nuestro nuevo programa completamente en español, Conexión Latina, que se estrena este lunes 21 de agosto a partir de las 7 de la tarde. Por el momento, el programa se transmitirá los lunes, miércoles y viernes de 7 a 7 y media de la tarde, con una repetición de 7 y media a 8, así que no hay excusas para perdértelo. Te recuerdo que puedes sintonizar nuestra programación a través del canal 92 de Comcast, nuestra página web tvavail.com y nuestra página de Facebook TVA Conexión Latina. Acompáñanos en esta nueva aventura llena de información y entretenimiento local. No te lo pierdas.
Hello, everyone. I'm Raisa Pascal.
And I'm Andrea Jackson. Welcome to Life, Love, Shopping. Have any personal stories you can share?
Do I? Yes, I do. So even though you work for...
Some good deals, too good to miss on Flash Deals. Now check this out.
Studies show spending time outdoors can help with depression, lowering blood pressure, and overall health and happiness.
Spooky and Scott Show, we are feeling good today. Great show on the way.
Absolutely. Welcome to our show. I'm Suki.
I'm Scott.
And we are feeling good today. You know why? Because we had a great show.
When you're in Vail, you're in vacation mode, and you need a flexible home tour experience that fits into your schedule. We transformed how you view and buy homes in the Vail Valley. With immersive, cutting-edge technology, you can explore properties 10 times faster. In our lounge, we guide you through this digital world on a 16-foot screen where you can imagine your next home in comparison to your favorite recreational spots. Say goodbye to multi-day home tours and hello to a quick stop between your other plans. That's the power of the immersion theater.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome to the Glitz and Glam with Gretchen. I'm your host, Gretchen Pleshaw, here in beautiful Lion's Head. I am so excited to show you the Lion's Head Jewelry Fossil and Mineral Gallery. Let's take a look. Welcome to the Glitz and Glam with Gretchen. I'm your host, Gretchen Pleshaw. I'm so excited to be at the Lion's Head Jewelers Mineral and Fossil Gallery here with Tina, who I adore, and she knows all things minerals, fossils, and I have to say crystals, which I love. How are you doing, Tina?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm really good. I am so in awe of this store. It's a gallery, it's a store. It's like a one-stop shop. It's a moment. I feel like it's literally a vibe. I love it here.
Yeah, we love to just spread positive energy. We have lots of beautiful crystals, jewelry,
Yes.
fossils, something for everybody.
And that's what I really love is looking outside, looking in. It is high end and it's beautiful, but there's children coming in here learning about, especially the woolly mammoth behind us.
Yeah, he's really a sight to see. He's our new baby of the gallery. We love to have families in here. We love to educate. We love to learn. So we just like to keep it, light and airy and fun.
And I love all the crystals, the fossils, and it's so neat because I saw earlier when the store was open that a woman came in here and she was drawn to a certain crystal. And you have crystals all different sizes, prices, something for everyone, like you were saying.
Yeah, we definitely believe that crystals find you. You don't really find your crystals, they pick you.
I love that.
So it's kind of like a beautiful thing to come in here and look at different crystals and see different fossils and just like kind of explore the store. And we love educating and just like letting people know what things are.
And who is the newest member of this store that is right behind us?
This is Manny the Mammoth. He is just an incredible specimen. We got him a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
It's just so cool to think that a creature from the Ice Age is in our gallery.
So awesome.
Super cool. So they roamed the earth about 300,000 years ago, and then they went extinct between 4,000 to 10,000 years ago. So that's about the age of Manny.
And how did he, sorry to interrupt you, but how did he get called Manny? How did he get his name?
The kids just would come in and Manny from Ice Age, the movie.
Oh, okay,
yeah, and so it kind of just fit with him, and that's his coined name now. Yeah.
Well, and I love that I know he is for sale as well.
Yeah.
But you said you're going to keep him here for a while so people can really learn all about Manny. And that's something I love about this store is that you come in and it's an experience. You can buy things, you can look at things, you are learning from other people. You're really educated and knowledgeable. Everyone that works here knows about obviously about everything, but especially about Manny. So it's really cool. Kind of museum trip like.
Kind of, yeah. And I think that we all just take pride in the fact that we try to learn as much as we can about every fossil that comes through here. And we know a lot about minerals and the chemical makeups of the minerals too.
So
and we just try to educate ourselves, and we have a lot of geologists and paleontologists that come through, and they actually educate us, which is really nice
That's
too.
so neat. Yeah.
So it's just like we coin ourselves as just kind of also, you can look at beautiful things, but you could also learn a lot about history and beautiful things as well.
I love that. And I know that something that is really different and makes you guys unique is the price points.
Right.
There is something for everyone in here. We just saw a little girl buy, I think I'm going to get one too, a really neat, was it quartz or a crystal? It was the healing the heart.
Yeah, a selenite heart. Yeah, we have price points everywhere. So if you're a high-end collector, we have something for you. If you're a family coming in looking for something like just a little gift to take home with you, we have lots of different price points. $5 all the way up to thousands of dollars in the gallery. So something for everybody.
That is so amazing. And what is your favorite part? I know that working here must be a dream come true, especially for you, who loves crystals and loves all of that.
Yeah, it was all, everything happens for a reason, and I don't really call this a job. It's really a passion of mine.
Yeah.
I love crystals. I love learning, and every day is such a learning experience. So.
That's so awesome. And
Yeah.
do you find that, because I know you're right in the heart of Lion's Head,
Mhm.
where are you located exactly, just so everyone kind of knows?
We're located up the stairs from the ice rink, and we're kind of in the heart of Lion's Head, so we're kind of centrally located.
Cool. And do you see a lot of families come through here? Do you see just, who are your main buyers? Or is it across the board, like you were saying?
It's across the board. It's such a beautiful thing. We have people from all over the world that come in and visit us. We also have tons of families in here, and we just love talking about everything that there is to talk about. So.
Well, right now you have, I can't wait to show everyone.
Yeah.
I mean, there are crystals all around. The energy feels so good. There's fossils. There's Manny, our dear friend behind us. I know this is really hard, loaded question, but what is your favorite, if you had to pick a few items in the store right now, because I know you have things coming and going.
Yeah.
What are some of your favorites?
I have a clear quartz over there that I love dearly, so I'll be sad when she leaves.
I was going to say that has to be hard. You're like, oh, I'll buy.
It's all energy. The woolly rhino in the window, who is also going to be leaving, but we have another one coming in because I didn't even know a whole lot, so I'm very educated in what he now is.
Yeah.
So yeah, but you know what? They're all special in their own ways.
You're like, right, we don't discriminate against the different crystals.
I love all the babies in
All
here.
the babies.
Yeah.
And I saw in the window there were some, they're the kind of toys for kids as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about that, because I thought that was really interesting as well. Yeah.
Yeah, we have Bumblebee and Optimus Prime,
Yes.
and it's
How did I not know that?
I
I'm gonna
know. Recycled metal artist from Las Vegas.
Cool.
You could see some of their bigger pieces at like Caesar's Palace and stuff like that.
Oh, wow.
But we carry the smaller guys, and they're a big hit. And like I said, it's all recycled car parts and motorcycle parts, and so they're really unique.
But I know, I'm a big fan of this store, obviously. I shouldn't even say store, it's a space. It
Yeah.
really is a moment.
It is. It is a moment. It is an experience.
Experience.
Yeah.
I like that better. It's more, classier. An experience. But truly, you come in here and you're just in awe of everything. And then to think that you can not only take it all in, but you can buy it and you can purchase it is pretty amazing. Yeah.
We love everyone to come in and take a piece home, whatever calls to you. And that's the biggest thing, is we just love seeing the energy flow through here and spreading positive energy.
And you can feel it. I mean, the moment today has been a rush day, it's so much going on and we're all a little tired from the summer, and I walked in and I felt refreshed and good, and just good vibes, centered, I should say.
Yeah, we're really mindful as a team from the top down. We're all family. And we are really mindful of where we put certain things, and we're very aware of all the energy and like how it flows.
So Tina, I know we've talked a lot about the fossils and as well as beautiful crystals, but I know you guys have gorgeous jewelry. Tell me a little bit about that, because I was kind of eyeing it as I came in.
We have lots of beautiful jewelry. We have a wide range of jewelry as well. We have everything from very high-end GIA certified rubies, sapphires, and diamonds, and gold. We have lots of sterling silver and different minerals in that respect too.
And I saw some turquoise. I am obsessed with turquoise. You have like a wall. I was so excited. Yeah.
We're really proud of our Native American section.
Cool.
Just gorgeous jewelry from New Mexico and Arizona. All different types of turquoise from all over, set in sterling silver.
I love that. The jewelry is stunning. I'm
Thank
like,
you.
if anyone wants to get me a piece.
Yeah, they're really beautiful pieces, and I think that a lot of people, we have like a wide variety of for everybody's taste.
I agree. It's stunning. Thank you so much for everything today. It's been, I can't wait to come in and shop.
Yeah, you're welcome. Come again.
Oh, I will.
Yeah.
And keep right here for more of the glitz and glam with Gretchen.
Good morning, Vail.
For fun want an adventure? Join me on Elizabeth Stanton's Great Big World. Find out where I'll be going next and which celebrities I'll be bringing along with me. I'll show you amazing destinations with lots to explore, and you'll get to know my celebrity guests the way they really are, up close and personal. We'll travel the world, experience new cultures, and together, try to make a difference. I'm Elizabeth Stanton, saying the world's a big place, and I'm going to show it to you.
Lions Head Jewelers Fossil and Mineral Gallery. Located in the heart of Lions Head Village for over a decade, our 4,000 square foot gallery boasts a one-of-a-kind experience that cannot be found anywhere else in Vail. We carry the most exquisite array of fine jewelry, high-end minerals, and museum-quality fossils. We invite you to come in and explore all the history and beauty that nature has to offer.
Hi there! Are you ready to explore famous neighborhoods from New York City to Kentucky? Watch The Neighborhood with host Nicole Newman. Featuring famous people, unique history, and delicious places to eat and drink. Our viewers get an inside personal look at each neighborhood. With each episode we learn, grow, laugh, and live like a local, not just a visitor. Welcome to The Neighborhood. Check your local program schedule and tune in.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. This valley has so many amazing options for food, and one of my personal favorites is Rome in Eagle. I got to go over with the glitz and glam with Gretchen and talk to Adrian at Rome. Let's take a look. Welcome to the Glitz and Glam with Gretchen. I'm your host, Gretchen Pleshaw, here in beautiful Eagle, Colorado at the gorgeous restaurant Rome. I'm here with Adrian, the owner and cook of the beautiful Rome in Eagle, Colorado, and she's such a stunning human being. I love your space. I feel honored to be here. I feel like I've known you through lifetimes at this point. And I am,
likewise.
Thank you. And I'm so impressed with your space, and I heard the food even elevates it more. How are you doing, Adrian?
I'm well, thank you.
Good. And so I want to know, I know a little bit of the background of Rome. How did this beautiful place come to be? How did this all happen, manifest itself?
It was manifested and it worked. I started out as a food truck, and it was called the Roaming Gourmet. We started in Rancho del Rio for a summer. Right as COVID was at its peak, which was great. Then winter rolled around and we had an opportunity to join the team at Bonfire.
Yes.
So we had our food truck right in front of Bonfire Brewery, which is directly next door to this brick and mortar. And an opportunity came up that the space next to them was open for a restaurant, but the caveat was that there was no kitchen. It isn't zoned for a kitchen.
Okay.
So, ironically, I had a food truck. So we just rolled it around the block and hooked it up, and this is our brick and mortar with a 20-foot food trailer as our kitchen.
Okay, so it truly was meant to be. This was not by circumstance, happenstance.
Yeah, I think so.
That's amazing, and I actually remember the food truck, and you guys were always there were a million people around, and it was so popular.
It was great.
And so now do a lot of those people know that this has shifted into, yes.
Yeah,
okay.
and it's been 2 years. It'll be 2 years in a couple weeks that we've been at this brick and mortar.
Okay.
And it was 1 full year of the Roaming Gourmet as the food truck.
Right.
We did elevated pub food out of that food truck.
Right.
You know, things like duck tacos and duck confit, things like that. Really nice slow braised meats. We really pushed it. You know, push the limits.
Well, and that's what I'm so interested in, because I did a little research beforehand and I looked at all the food options, and I know that your menu changes, am I correct, weekly, monthly?
Monthly.
Monthly,
yeah.
okay.
We change our menu monthly, so. And now we have an opportunity to be a little bit more, I don't know, intricate with the details.
Right.
Instead of just a food truck where it's kind of fast.
Right.
This is more relaxed dining. We can relax a little bit more in preparation, not too much, but a little bit more in preparation. The timing is different, so it allows us to, you know, spend a little bit more time on the menu and spend a little bit more time plating.
But that's a huge deal, a monthly, I don't know any other restaurant, I can't even think of anywhere I've been that does a monthly shift of their menu.
Yeah, it's ridiculous and insane.
I love You're like, it's
my
brilliant
poor staff.
and hard.
Yeah, it's really great. And I think that a lot of cooks and people in kitchens get a little bit, you know, it's tiring doing the same dishes over and over again. And I think that I really thought that people, our guests would want to have the same thing over and over again. And I find that they don't. I find that they're really eager when we change the menu monthly. And our specials are also wonderful. We have specials on top of our monthly changes.
I love that.
Yeah, I think that people have come to expect that let's come as many times as we can this month because it's changing. So we see a lot of repeat guests.
Cool.
It's really fun.
I love that. Well, and I'm so inspired because you let me know that so much of the decor, the alcohol, what you buy as far as like making the food, all of the ingredients, it's very much local based, and your local love and appreciation, that's huge.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
Well, Colorado is an amazing state, and it has so many different, you know, amazing things that it produces or come out of it, from Palisade peaches to bourbons to beers to, you know, some wonderful produce that we get here, our cows, our lamb, our pork. So really, we don't need to look very far. And it's safer, it's cleaner. We know where our food is coming from, which I think more people are being, you know, people are more cognizant of that, as well as me. I never feed my guests anything that I wouldn't ingest myself. So it's important to me that it's clean. It's good.
Love that you said that, and I also know that you don't use any hormones in your food,
no
which
hormones.
is huge.
Yeah,
that's a
nothing.
big deal.
I don't believe in it. I think that a lot of our, you know, without getting too crazy and, you know, medical, I just believe a lot of issues health-wise come from eating tainted foods. So,
100%.
and you know, hopefully the world is changing and they're starting to see that, and it used to be very difficult. Even 2 years ago, it was difficult for me to find some foods and meats that weren't, you know, injected with hormones or antibiotics. And it's much easier today to find it.
I felt that shift. You're like, oh, simplistic feeling and idea, but it's truth. What you put in your body is obviously what you're going to get out of it. So.
Yeah, it's very true.
And this is such a beautiful, romantic space. I mean, it's stunning.
Thank
Did you do the decor?
Yeah,
Did you?
I did. I did.
This woman is amazing. She does it all. I'm cooking. She does the decor. You have a gorgeous patio. I would love to hear about that. That's stunning.
Yeah. So we do have limited seating in this space, and when I first looked at it, I was so enthralled with it. I loved how intimate it was, and I thought we could really make this space feel like it could be anywhere. It could be in Italy. It could be in, you know, Morocco. It could be in Colorado. It could be anywhere. And that's what I wanted to kind of mirror was just, it could be anywhere, but it's an intimate, lovely space that you could come on a date, on a first date. You could come with your family, you could come with your friends, and it has like a nice, energetic buzz to it because it is small inside. But we had the opportunity, knowing that there was this big outdoor space that may or may not have been built for that. It may have been built for something else, but we utilized it as an outdoor seating area that enhances our capacity off season.
And it's gorgeous.
So it really is pretty. It's kind of, we were talking that I kind of, mirrored it after some restaurants in LA, one being Ivy, the Ivy in LA.
Yes.
And I wanted it to feel like there was greenery all around. And again, with an outdoor space, typically they're very wide open and cavernous. The sky is your ceiling.
Yes.
And we still have that in part of it, but we wanted it to feel like there were hanging lights and hanging chandeliers and still very romantic.
I feel like very secret garden vibes with the mountains in the background.
Yeah,
The
it's
backdrop,
so pretty.
you can't do any better than that.
Oh, it is beautiful. People love sitting out there.
Well, and that's brilliant to know because I do love the space is so small and, well, not even small, intimate, and it does have such good energy, good vibes in here. And you said, though, you can go on open table.
You can.
So that way you know that you definitely have a reservation.
Yeah,
and then
you
if
can
there is
confirm.
Overflow, you can go out to the patio and enjoy.
Absolutely.
And your bar is amazing as well. I can't get
great
away from
bar.
that. Yeah.
It's a great bar. It's a great, the drinks are really, we're very proud of our cocktails.
Yeah, and you said you have non-alcoholic options and alcoholic options,
We
which
do.
is a huge, I think right now becoming a boom, it's a booming thing.
Yeah, we've had NA Spirits on our shelf since we opened our doors, knowing that, I think part of it was that we were an Eagle and we wanted to attract people from all over the valley, up and down. And driving would be an issue if you were going to have, more than one drink. So we have drinks or NA Spirits on our menu that you can replace a tequila with an NA tequila, replace a bourbon with an NA bourbon.
And I've never even heard of that, to be quite frank with you.
Yeah,
So I'm
they're
sure other
really
people are going to be,
Yeah, it's really great. And a lot of them are distilled the same way, just it takes the alcohol out. So it's really neat.
Well, I am very excited to come in. Personally, I know I've heard already from certain friends that we both know how amazing the food is. What is your favorite dish to create at this? I know you're always evolving, changing, it's fluid, as far as your food. Is there one thing that you love to make here?
I can't. It's like picking a favorite child.
I know.
I think that we do variations of different types of meatballs and different sauces.
Yeah.
So there's that. Whether it's pork or veal or venison, I love creating some sort of a meatball dish, and our guests really, really love it. I do one of my go-tos here, and we just changed the sauce, and it's coming up on the next menu, is our sous vide or slow-cooked pork shank. So we're doing a spin on it this month that is more of an Asian spin-off of that. So we'll definitely do that. That's one of my favorites. And I always like to bring back, especially in the wintertime, my Uncle Johnny made a cacciatore dish, an Italian cacciatore dish that was just to die for. And in honor of him and him teaching me that dish, I do repeat that, and our guests love it. So.
Well, you are fabulous. I feel like I made a new bestie today. I adore you. I think your space is stunning. I can't wait to try the food. I've already, like I said, heard amazing things, and I cannot wait to come in. So thank you so much, Adrienne.
We can't wait to serve you.
Keep it right here for more of the Glitz and Glam with Gretchen.
Good morning, Vail.
Suki and Scott show. We are feeling good today. Great show on the way.
Absolutely. Welcome to our show. I'm Suki.
I'm Scott.
And we are feeling good today. You know why? Because we had a great show.
TV8 Vail is serving the community 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Stop by for Good Morning Vail at 7 a.m. and stay all day for lifestyle favorites such as Good Day Vail, Daily Flash, Suki and Scott, and more. And you're sure to find the adventure you crave with back-to-back episodes of Scoreboard Nation and Outdoor America. Find us all day, every day on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92, on tv8vail.com, and on all our social media platforms. There's more for you on Channel 92.
At Revival Boutique Med Spa, we take an integrative and holistic approach to skincare, focusing on the bigger picture when treating our clients. We use only result-driven and science-based products that contain clean, organic, wildcrafted, and research-based ingredients. From injectables, facials, to body contouring, we offer anything related to looking your best self. Find us in the Riverwalk in Edwards. For a complete list of services, visit us online at revivalvail.com. Follow us on Instagram at Revival Vail Valley. Fall in love with your skin again. There's lots to love at Revival. Mind, body, beauty.
Join us in exploring the everyday lives of community members here in the Vail Valley. Hear their inspiring stories of how they came here, their contributions to our community, and why they chose to call this place home. We want you to be one of our neighbors. If you would like to be featured or nominate someone to be featured, please send an email to danielle@tv8vail.com. We look forward to featuring your story right here on TV8.
Do you love the outdoor lifestyle? Make sure you tune in every day at 8 p.m. to catch Scoreboard Nation. It's an outdoor lifestyle show dedicated to your 3 favorite mountain towns, Vail Beaver Creek, Park City, and Reno Tahoe. Join us for an incredible venture. Find us on TV8 Vail, Park City Television, or at thescoreboardnation.com. We can't wait to see you there.
Good morning, Vail.
Time for Tip of the Week. Did you know that the Betty Ford Alpine Garden has an app? It's called the Alpine Wildflower Finder. It has a bunch of features, including a live view of the garden. And best of all, you can play sort of a treasure hunt with flowers. Here are all the flowers that can be found at the garden. And when you see them in person, you can add them to a checklist on your app or just learn more information about each plant. As the development director Melissa Ebone said earlier,
botanical gardens are like the Smithsonian, and so they're living plant collections.
And the conservation work they're doing at the Alpine Gardens is protecting these plants from climate change so they don't become extinct. So if you're planning to attend one of the many events coming up, like Chefs in the Garden or the Sustainable Landscape Series, download the free app and see how many of these flowers you can add to your checklist.
I had so much fun with you this Monday. Hopefully you had a good cup of coffee or two. 2 hours long, Good Morning Vail. I'm here for it. I love it. What an awesome show. I know that the holidays are right around the corner, And thinking about that, it makes me so excited and a little nervous because holidays equal calories, at least for me. I love all the food that comes with the holidays. And how cool was it to talk to a nutritionist? We were able to see with our friends in Utah, Park City, Utah, how to make some less caloric, some of those favorite holiday foods. So that was pretty cool. Also, Chris Anthony, always a blast to see him and talk to him. He is just brilliant, and he is not only a professional skier, but just an amazing human being and has so much to say. And his stories, he's just brilliant human being, as well as a goat yoga. I love yoga. It's one of my favorite things to do. And when you have little goats running around you, it doesn't get much better than that. We're really enjoying a Vija with Vail vibes. And of course, the glitz and glam. I feel so honored to host it. I love doing it. I get to eat, I get to look at jewelry, I get to do all the fun things. It doesn't really get much better than that. We love seeing you here each and every day on Good Morning Vail, and we can't wait to see you tomorrow. Have a great Monday.
When you're in Vail, you're in vacation mode, and you need a flexible home tour experience that fits into your schedule. We've transformed how you view and buy homes in the Vail Valley. With immersive, cutting-edge technology, you can explore properties 10 times faster. In our lounge, we guide you through this digital world on a